please sit down.
Thank you. Very good. Now, tell me, sir, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Cyril, or some call me the Apostle to the Slavs. I was born in AD 826. My brother was Methodist, and he was older than me by 11 years. In spite of our huge age gap, my brother and I were together for all our lives.
How were you the apostle to the Slavs? Who are the Slavs?
Let me start at the beginning. My father, Leo, was a military official over about 1,000 men. He lived in Thessalonica, Greece. Leo had 7 children, and because of his position, was quite rich. So he got a very good education. Something cool about this is that some Slavs lived near Thessalonica. The Slavs traded with the Thessalonians, and so they had to learn the Slavonic language. So my brother and I were well acquainted with the language. The Slavs are a group of people that live in Eastern Europe. Now, they are the Russians, Ukrainians, Bulgarians, Belarusians, Czech, and Slovak.
Okay. And so you committed your life to God?
Yes. Now, Methodius and I were very different. He, as the son of a military official, became a governor and learned the customs of the Slavs and how to rule. I love books, and I love Greek, and I love to read. Later, we joined a monastery and there committed our lives to God.
And how did you become a missionary?
The Slavs were pretty well-off people, but not well-off in God's standards. They were pagans and worshipped many false gods. Their head god was Prabhu. They had many more, such as Radagast. You'll learn about him later. Anyway, Emperor Louis of the Holy Roman Empire gave Moravia in the hands of King Rostislav. This king became a Christian and longed for a missionary to Moravia.
I can guess who that was.
Yep. Louis sent us to the Slavs in Moravia. Thankfully, we knew the language of the Slavs, so we could communicate with them. But there was one problem. The Slavs had no written language. No Bible or any book could be written. But then, I changed that. I wrote the Cyrillic alphabet.
Cyrillic? Is it named after you?
Indeed. The Cyrillic alphabet is still used in some countries today. Anyway, we arrived in Belgrade, which is in modern-day Czech Republic. Rostislav immediately put us to work, translating, preaching, and teaching the new alphabet. The Slavs are happy to receive this literature and receive the gospel message.
Before you continue, can you tell me more about the Slavic god Radagast?
On the beautiful Mount Radhost, the Slavs had erected a statue of Radagast. Methodius was furious, and so we went and tore it down. Currently, there is a church in its place.
Wow.
However, we encountered much opposition. German bishops didn't like us translating the Cyrillic script because they thought the only languages the Bible could be read in was Greek, Hebrew, and Latin. This belief is called trilingualism. The bishops thought this way because those were the 3 languages that Pilate had inscribed King of the Jews on Jesus' cross.
That's outrageous.
I agree. But the bishops were so agitated they wrote to the Pope. The current Pope was Pope Nicholas I, and so we were called to Rome. Unfortunately, Pope Nicholas died while we were coming to him, so we talked with Pope Hadrian II. Gladly, Hadrian agreed that the disciples at Pentecost spoke in other languages, not just Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. That is in Acts chapter 2.
Yes, I'm glad Pope Hadrian agreed.
I am glad too. If he agreed with the bishops, our career would have stopped there and then. We then prepared to go to Moravia. Sadly, only one of us went to Moravia. I fell sick and languished in Rome for 50 days and then died. But my legacy still exists. Methodius returned and kept preaching and teaching, even though he was deposed and imprisoned for 2.5 years. He died on April 6, 885. There is still work to be done. The Czech Republic is the most atheistic country in Europe. Over 70% of the population claims to have no religion. Yet, there is still a hunger for the Bible and there are a few Christians. I am glad that God wanted me to serve there. I was just a rich boy in Greece, but God used me for a great purpose, to reach the Slavs for the gospel.
Wow, that's a fascinating story on how God used you and your brother to spread the gospel message of Jesus Christ to the Slavic people. Thanks for sharing.